a popular Ghanaian social media influencer has been extradited to the US from the United Kingdom after being charged for her role in a lucrative romance scam targeting elderly Americans. Prosecutors charged Mona Fariz Montridge, 30, with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering conspiracy, and money laundering, each of which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison, the Department of Justice said in a news release. Montridge is also charged with receipt of stolen money, which carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison, and conspiracy to receive stolen money, which carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison, prosecutors said. Montridge, who is from Accra, Ghana, currently has 4.2 million followers on Instagram. At one point her account, which uses the handle Hajia for real, was among the top 10 most followed profiles in Ghana. Prosecutors allege that from around 2013 through 2019, Montridge was a member of a criminal enterprise in West Africa that committed fraud, including romance scams, against individuals and businesses in the United States. The victims of the scheme's romance scam were typically vulnerable, older men and women who lived alone, according to prosecutors. The scammers allegedly would send their victims emails, texts, and social media messages that tricked them into believing they were in romantic relationships, prosecutors allege. Once members of the enterprise had successfully convinced victims that they were in a romantic relationship and had gained their trust, they convinced the victims, under false pretenses, to transfer money to bank accounts the victims believed were controlled by their romantic interests, when, in fact, the bank accounts were controlled by members of the enterprise, prosecutors said. Prosecutors say that Montridge controlled bank accounts that received over $2 million in fraudulent funds. Montridge allegedly received money from several victims who were tricked into sending funds by being told the payments were to transfer gold to the United States from overseas, resolve a fake FBI unemployment investigation, or even help a fictitious American Army officer receive funds from Afghanistan, according to prosecutors. Her ill-gotten gains were deposited into her Bronx bank accounts before she wired much of the money to her native Ghana, authorities said. With one of her victims, Montridge used her real name and spoke with him on the phone several times, prosecutors said. She sent the victim a fake marriage certificate that claimed the pair had got married in Ghana. The victim sent Montridge 82 wire transfers that totaled $89,000, supposedly to help Montridge's father's farm in Ghana, prosecutors said. Romance scams, especially those that target older individuals, are of major concern. The FBI will be tireless in our efforts to hold fraudsters accountable in the criminal justice system, FBI Assistant Director in Charge Michael J. Driscoll said in a statement. Mona Montridge, aka Mona for Real, portrays a lavish lifestyle of designer outfits, shopping trips and overseas travel on social media. To her 4.2 million Instagram followers, she's a musician and a mogul who jet-sets between the Ghanaian capital of Accra and London. But a federal indictment unsealed Monday alleges she was part of a cybercrime organization from West Africa that committed a series of scams, including a romance scam, which bilked over $2 million from older and vulnerable Americans. She was arrested in the United Kingdom in November and extradited to New York on Friday, federal officials said. Montridge faces various charges, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering and conspiracy to receive stolen money, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office of the Southern District of New York. Romance scams are one of the fastest-growing types of fraud, the Federal Trade Commission said. The scams have evolved in recent years, with people paying romance scammers in various ways, including cryptocurrency and gift cards. Romance scams, especially those that target older individuals, are of major concern, said Michael J. Driscoll, the FBI Assistant Director in Charge. Such scams have skyrocketed in recent months. In 2021, victims of romance scams lost $547 million, up 80% from 2020. And last year, romance scams led to a staggering $1.3 billion in losses and nearly 70,000 reports of people targeted. The average reported loss was $4,400, the FTC said. These scammers pay close attention to the information you share, and don't miss a beat becoming your perfect match, the FTC said. You like a thing, so that's their thing, too. You're looking to settle down. They're ready too. But there is one exception: you want to meet in real life, and they can't. After her arrest and extradition from Ghana, Montridge was released on $500,000 bail with home detention and placed on house arrest at her aunt's house in New Jersey. As of February 21, 2024, Montridge, 31, of Accra, Ghana, pled guilty to 1 count of conspiring to receive stolen money, which carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. Montridge also agreed to pay forfeiture in the amount of $2,164,758.41 and make restitution in the same amount. Montridge is scheduled to be sentenced by U.S. District Judge Paul A. Crotty. The maximum potential sentence in this case is prescribed by Congress, as any sentencing of the defendant will be determined by the judge. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget to comment, share and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.